Hello again and happy Monday from Metro Manila, the Philippines, Southeastern Asia. As we know, in the last few months, there have been massive demonstrations in Thailand against the authoritarian and dictatorial prime minister and against the king. So, in the latest development, or one of the latest ones, Twitter has suspended Thai royalist account linked to influence campaign. Written and published on the Reuters news agency's website, www.reuters.com, by Matthew Tostovin and Patpicha Sempipat. So no copyright infringement intended, just public information, enlightenment, and education. Twitter has suspended a Thai pro-royalist account linked to the palace that a Reuters analysis found was connected to thousands of others created in recent weeks, spreading posts in favor of King Maha Vajiralongkorn and the monarchy. The Reuters review found tens of thousands of tweets that an expert said appeared to be from accounts amplifying royalist messaging in a push to counter a months-long protest movement that has swelled from opposing the government to breaking a long-standing taboo by challenging the monarchy. The pro-monarchy Jitarsa subscript school account was suspended after Reuters sought comment on Wednesday from Twitter on the recent royalist campaign on the social media platform, where protesters have long had a strong presence. Protesters and royalists have cited the importance of social media in propelling the protest movement, which has become the biggest challenge in decades to the monarchy, as well as the government of former junta leader Youth Chan Ocha. The account's profile had said that it trained people for the Royal Volunteers program, which is run by the Royal Office. A Facebook page for the Royal Volunteers School, which posts pro-monarchy videos and news of the program, also identifies the Twitter account as its own. Neither the school nor the Royal Volunteers headquarters responded to requests for comment on the suspension, nor did the palace. It has a policy of not speaking to media and has not commented since the start of protests in July that initially targeted the government before breaking taboos by calling for curbs to the king's powers. In recent weeks, royalist hashtags have begun trending on Twitter, an important platform for opponents of the government, even before protests began in July. The Reuters analysis found that over 80% of the accounts following Jitarsa school had also been created since the start of September. A sample of 4,600 of the recent created accounts showed that all they did was promote the royalist hashtags, an indication of the kind of activity that would not be associated with regular Twitter users. A sample of 559 retweets of the account's tweets were virtually all from accounts with bot-like characteristics, according to research by social media consultancy Drone Emprit for Reuters. Government forces have been trying to counter the protesters, said Saijai Liangpunsakul of the independent social media monitoring for peace group. Twitter has taken down some accounts, but there are many more. Royalist group leader Warong Dechgit Vigrom declined to comment on the account suspension, saying he was unaware of it. Pro-monarchy hashtags are authentic, born out of true feelings, claimed he. But Parit Penguin Chiwarak, one of the protest leaders, said protesters using the platform were genuine, and he welcomed the suspension of the pro-royalist account. Said he, "They are not recruited to trend hashtags like the army, and they don't use taxpayers' money." Although not directly linked to the Jitarsa school account, a 28-page army document reviewed by Reuters showed an organized information operation to target opponents and spread pro-monarchy messages on Twitter. The document says 17,562 Twitter accounts run by 9,743 army officers are split into a white team and a gray/black team. that were instructed to tweet with coordinated hashtags as well as to like, retweet, and follow one another. In early October 2020, Twitter announced it had taken down 926 accounts linked to the Thai army for violating its platform manipulation policies by amplifying pro-government content and targeting political opposition figures. The army at the time denied that the accounts belonged to army officials. Reporting by Matthew Tostevin and Patpicha Tanakasempi-Pat, additional reporting by Fanny Potkin. Of course, we are hoping and praying that democracy will soon be restored to Thailand.